Hello everybody, this is Luckless Lovelocks back with some more Technobabylon. Trying to finish this game off. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to end. So I'm going to be releasing a lot of episodes in the next few days because I think the game is about 10 hours, but we'll see. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this guy out of the trance. And he's the one that's playing that handball game or grab ball game. I can't remember what it's called. And he's on some kind of drugs. It's gonna help him out. That's this IV drip, pretty sure. And I need to try to get him off that. But I haven't been able to figure out a way to do it yet. So let's look around some more. Creature.
Repent, and you shall be saved.
Girl.
It's like he's touching me, practically.
Turn your head to his light.
Okay, what's this? He wasn't here before, so what's going on with him?
Find that girl.
Magistrate Preacher wanders the alley, shouting his message to any who will need him. You think that he's probably chosen the wrong target audience in this part of town. Yeah. Alright. What you got?
Excuse me?
After this, the judgment.
Okay.
What's with the shouting?
I must call to the unsaved that they may hear. They need to know the word of God's love.
It sounds to me like you're harassing them.
I'll play ball. What's your message?
Go on, what's the message? I'm listening.
The kingdom of heaven is nearly upon us. We must prepare and seek his salvation.
Okay.
Turn aside from this false paradise of yours.
The trance?
Yeah.
You don't like the trance.
It is a false promise of paradise.
Well, the trance
They will
doesn't like
lead
you.
into the belief that it can be achieved without faith in him.
So, you don't like the competition the trance gives religion.
There are claims of those within that it is a new promised land, but it is not but a wretched hive of sin and debauchery.
Probably not wrong.
I don't like the word thrall, but I guess you could say I spend a lot of time in the trance.
Then it is my mission to save you. I must place you on the path to his salvation. I must show you the way.
Show me!
Okay, let's say for the sake of argument, I agreed with you. How does someone get on that path?
Hear me, my child. There are 3 stages. His kingdom, then the material, mortal world. Lastly, the mire of the virtual, wherein you are trapped.
So, how do I get out of the virtual?
We must start you outwards, and first give you an anchor in the material. While the virtual may seem to contain all the pleasures of the flesh, we must show you what the material can offer to begin the way up.
Which is...
The book says to use what he has given us, and I have been blessed with
There we
powerful
go.
barbations.
There we go. This is what we need for that guy. I want to repent!
I've been thinking about what you've been saying. I definitely want to repent.
Hallelujah, my child. This is a glorious day.
Yes, rejoice.
Are you prepared to begin your spiritual journey?
Yes, praise be, etc.
Very well. But first, a donation is required.
Wait, what?
The means to salvation bear a cost, my child.
Of course, of
Narcotics
course.
are expensive to come by.
I've got the money. Please?
Seriously though, I need those drugs. I want to repent.
I do not doubt your faith, my child. But we cannot proceed before a donation is made.
Oh, come on.
Otherwise, we might have every urchin taking advantage of his love.
So, you're a drug dealer.
Bye.
Repent before it is too late.
Here you go, buddy.
Hey, I'd like to make a donation.
That is most kind, my child. Allow me to put you on the first step away from worldly pain and despair. Remember where to find salvation, should you happen to need more.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Okay. Now we can do this. Load the cartridge of tranquilizers into the hypodermic injector. Though old and battered, the bottle's nozzle connects with a little wriggling. That didn't look to be in great shape. Find a part of his arm that's definitely a blood vessel rather than a tattoo.
You got the whole dose. This should be interesting.
Alright. Let's kick his ass! Oops. Grab all. How you doing now, buddy?
What's up?
Let's go.
Bring it on.
Oh, reflex is not so good this time. No.
Woohoo!
You gotta, yeah, well, I better just, I don't feel so good.
Cheater.
Nothing I couldn't handle.
I don't know what you did, but that was worth sticking around to see. A deal's a deal. I'll log off. Maybe we'll spar sometime.
Alright. Stardo's gone. Now, what about these dancers?
Looks like they're having fun.
Hi there.
Think. Got drink. We use that for the nuclear game guys. Won't talk or anything.
Looks like they're having.
Hi there.
We'll take the drink.
Hi there.
Don't talk. I think I have to block them, but I don't know where they're from. If the barman has anything else to say.
Howdy there, miss. What can I get you?
Estrogen.
A glass of your finest estrogen, sir.
Getting in touch with your feminine side, missy.
Just what are you implying?
Nothing at all, man.
The hell
Better
is
not be.
estrogen gonna do for me?
Ciao. A mug full of estrogen that I picked up at the bar. What was I thinking?
Can I not use it on myself? Could use some estrogen. I think I need to block them. Connection blocks. Click on everything. Find out anything about them? If I break the antenna.
The wages of sin is death.
Hello? Is anyone there?
There we go. They get any of them? Oh, they're still here. Okay. Oh.
Guess that proves where they were from.
Ah, nice. That's it. For this guy. But he's just a program, right?
How is your progress?
It's just you and me. Server's empty. We're alone.
Excellent. I feel much safer.
You going to tell me what's going on now?
I shall. But first, tell me, why do you enjoy the trance?
Huh. I don't know if it's the people comprehension. Encho, probably?
There's so much that can be done with it. The world we've built for ourselves, where the old laws, even physics, aren't necessary. We've had the net for a century, and we've still barely scratched the surface. I want to shape my future and be a part of something bigger. That's what the trance is for.
I suppose you could say you were born for this?
It feels like it, sometimes.
Mandala, we've been taking scans of your connection. We have never seen a sync ratio as high as yours.
Ah.
The trance is literally where you belong. We need your assistance.
Yeah, the chosen one.
You need my help? What can I do?
More than you realize, inshallah. The reason you were targeted is linked to your unusual natural affinity for the trance.
They want to kill me because my connection's too fast?
Not directly. It goes deeper than that, to the very structure of your brain. Do you recall what Guy was doing in that cell you shared with him?
Yeah.
He was your relay, wasn't he? You were connecting to Cell's systems through him?
Precisely. He was a vital part of the operation. But thanks to the psychophage, he is indisposed to us.
Oh.
Let me guess. You want me to be a relay for you?
With a sync ratio like yours, the bandwidth would be incredible.
Your hackers would be running petabytes through my wiring. But you'd need me to get close, right? To the systems of the people trying to kill me?
Yeah.
Excuse me if I sound a little skeptical, but you're asking me to walk up to the people trying to kill me? You haven't even given me a good explanation for why they're after me.
I'm sorry, but we don't know a great deal more than you. We need your assistance. Your unique talent with the trance makes you valuable. They hunt you because of it. Turn it against them.
So, this'll help you discover their plans? Fine. What do you need me to do?
Shukran, Mandala. Justice shall be done. They operate from an old aerostat terminal, Xanadu airframe. Head there. We will remain in contact with you.
Great, more walking.
And now, we must crash the server. Good luck, Mandala.
All right. Error. This trance environment has become unstable and must be terminated. If the error reappears, please contact your sysadmin.
Dr. Regis? Hey, Dr. Regis.
Oh. Sorry, Nina. I'm just not used to that name yet.
Congratulations, by the way. Isn't it kind of old-fashioned, though, taking his name?
So, looks like we flash forwarded a bit in the flashback. Yeah, Regis is old-fashioned.
You know Charlie, he's a traditional kind of guy.
Yeah, they sure don't make him like that anymore.
He's definitely brought some of his homeland with him. It wasn't that important to me anyway.
I guess families are still doing that in those parts. Speaking of families, you guys planning on starting one?
Eventually, yes. We're speaking to a specialist.
Oh, right. Hot zone. Who'd have thought living in a hazard region would be such a drag?
It's not just Charlie. My work with the inspectors wasn't good for me either.
Going for the test tube baby option, then.
It'll be a whole lot easier to screen for anything we might pass down.
With Charlie's background, I'm surprised he's not growing them himself. Then again, they might go bang if he did it. Too far?
Yes.
I'll just get back to the decompiler.
Damn. That was harsh. Oops. What's she working on?
Looks like the engineered nerve tissue is as robust as we'd hoped. Self-maintenance. That's the big benefit of organic hardware.
I don't always care for Dr. Jiang's sense of humor. Charlie's been through an awful lot since he left his home country. Over the past few weeks, you've gotten to know Dr. Chigwa very well. You understand why some might find her a little abrasive. It's nice to work with someone so practical. Go talk to her.
Can it wait? I'm in the middle of dissecting Dr. Vargas's brain. With the fMRI scanner, of course.
I guess... Can wait? Dr. Vargas is apparently the one having his brain activity mapped today. Your turn next week.
Dr. Vargas?
I'm here, my dear.
Probably
What are you
indisposed.
Roadman 9 and 46.
Dr. Chigwa is mapping my brain activity. In many ways, our project will share more in common with us than other computer platforms.
Intermittent rostrocaudal axis patterns. Tell me, what do you think would be the best manner to train such an AI?
Oh, I think naturally.
Naturally. It can handle abstractions better than conventional AI. Plus, we have millennia of experience and tradition when it comes to education.
I somewhat agree with you. Do you hear that, Gwen?
Mm-hmm.
Though Dr. Chigwa agrees that conventional programming is impossible, she is considering the possibility of imprinting existing mind states within the platform.
Quick for the AI, but utilizing a person's natural experience?
Though it may not be my philosophical ideal, it is an intriguing experiment. It is good to be working with you again, Dr. Pereira. I mean, Dr. Regis. Congratulations again on the wedding.
Oh, I guess she's done.
It's been too long since Buenos Aires, Eduardo.
You were my brightest student, Viksha. I felt so conflicted when you were awarded that field position.
That feels like so long ago. I was ready for something more sedentary. And this project, it's like nothing else I've ever worked on before. It's groundbreaking, the next big step in artificial intelligence. I'm really grateful you could take Charlie on board.
I can see how much he means to you, Dr. Regis. Your opinion and welfare means a great deal to me. Of course, I would not have taken him if I did not think him capable. I am afraid that we have hit an obstacle. Though we have a solid theoretical groundwork, we cannot proceed.
Why not? We've built a gene map for the organic processors. Get Charlie or Dr. Chigwa to run it through a flash clone.
Alas, that is where our problem lies. Our plans depend upon the development of neural tissue. The flash clones develop with none, for legal and ethical reasons.
Oh. We have probably a not very legal option.
There might be another option. Nina gave me the idea. We need normal embryos to engineer, not the flash clones, right?
That is our problem. The Council will not be able to provide them quickly enough.
Well, Charlie and I have been trying for kids. As a result, we have several fertilized embryos frozen.
Viksha, I hope you are saying what I think.
We could, perhaps, donate.
You do not know what this could mean to us. You have saved us, Viksha. In a way, you may yet be the surrogate mother of the central AI.
Whoa, big spike in activity there.
You think Charlie will be okay with that?
Hey, he spent years modifying embryos himself. I'm sure he'll be all right.
Okay, so Central might be our daughter. Crazy.
You got in?
Yeah, now to find out who our mysterious benefactor is.
Good luck. I'll keep the car moving. Hopefully, Central won't start asking too many questions.
Copy that. Regis out.
Are you Dr. Regis?
Yes, you must be the welcoming committee.
They're waiting for you upstairs. Hold on, gotta search you first.
Nah.
Like hell you will.
My instructions were quite specific, sir. Nobody goes up these stairs while armed.
Stop being childish, Charlie. It's the only way I could get them to trust you.
Fine.
Once I'll issue charge pistol, it will be kept safely for you until business is concluded.
Gee, thanks.
You may proceed upstairs.
Oh, Lord. Nina? You're the one I've been talking to?
You made it at last, Charlie.
Okay.
How are you?
Pretty bad.
If I'd known it was you in my head, I'd never have agreed to come.
Now, Charlie, that's not fair. Let's put the past behind us. What happened to Vicky affected us all.
You've got some nerve. If you think...
In fact, the reason I've invited you is to help fix mistakes arising from the project.
What do you mean?
Allow me to introduce everyone here. Councilman Dean.
Good evening, Dr. Regis.
Rand Schumann.
You don't look like much.
Imogen Natalia Revilla Quintanilla de Flores.
Whoa.
Charmed, I'm sure.
That's a mouthful.
And I believe you've already spoken to Mr. Stepford here.
Oh my, yes.
All of us are here because of a common cause. The removal of Central.
What? I mean, you can't just...
It's a difficult proposition, and we need the help of someone like yourself. In exchange, we have the means to assist you with your personal crisis.
You've always dreamed big, haven't you, Nina?
We know exactly where your offspring are. Don't dismiss us outright. We can help each other, Charlie. Listen to what we have to say.
I mean, why is he wearing a mask? Weird. Do we even have a choice? Nina wears her age well, like a statement of fashion. Apparently the last 20 years have been better to her than yourself. Does look pretty good, doesn't she? 20 years. The guard's uniform appearance serves to heighten their intimidating nature. You want to be able to suspect everyone equally, but every time you look at Dean, his warm demeanor starts to soften you. That must be the trick to politics. Stepford's appearance screams uncanny valley. Any valley to you. Maybe it's the eyes. I don't know what that means. Rand Schumann reminds you of a textbook example of the business oligarch. The kind that ran your own homeland into the ground for their own gain before fleeing to various tax havens when the war broke out. We've got Imogen, the crazy long name. Some would describe her appearance as professionally designed. The suspicion Lau would call it over-engineered. Like the waiters are in the process of setting up aperitifs. Get some.
Hey, you alright?
He stares at you. You feel a strange mix of fear and contempt within his glare. You realize, to your horror, that you've seen those eyes before, only a few days earlier. Is that the mindjacker?
Everyone,
No.
take cover!
Oh shit! Whoa!
Is anyone hurt?
Fuck!
It's a trap! You'll try to kill us! Guards!
Shut up, Ron. You're still alive, aren't you?
It appears that poor Imogen is the only one injured.
I'm sorry. She's dead.
I knew it! You tried to kill me! All of you!
Calm down, Ron. You don't know who was behind this.
Actually, he has a point. All those who knew about this meeting are in this room.
Except, of course, for Charlie.
He only joined us at the last moment. Dr. Regis, will you lend us your skill as an investigator?
Yeah, you find who tried to kill me!
Oh, now you want my help.
Do this for us, Charlie, and we'll give you everything. We can tell you who has your kids and exactly where he is.
Fine. Just remember, I'm not doing this for your sake. Someone here almost killed me as well.
Thank you anyway, Charlie.
New case open. Attempted murder. Damn. Blast has apparently spared her expensively engineered beauty, though not her life. You wonder if this detail might have been of some comfort to her. Can't find anything on her body that isn't An item of fashion.
Mr. Ron.
What you want?
I've started my investigation.
You find who tried to kill me.
Who tried to kill all of us, Mr. Ron.
This city dangerous. Police do lousy job.
Can you recall anything suspicious?
No. Stop asking stupid questions.
Stop being stupid.
What's your part in this conspiracy?
Dr. John wants to capture biggest AI in the world. It's going to take enormous memory and processor.
And you're going to furnish her with these?
With all the capital she need. Money, guns, labor.
Yeah, seriously. What do you get out of it?
It sounds like you're on board with her plan. What do you get out of it?
Newton is lousy place to do business, Regis.
You reckon it's Central's fault?
Central watches too close.
Okay.
You can't bribe anyone, you mean?
Exactly. Can't make things work.
Sometimes it's nice not to have a government driven by the wealthy.
We will control New Central. It's a great opportunity for us.
What do you think of Dr. Zhang?
She's very clever. She knows what she's doing.
I worked with her in the past. I guarantee the only ones she's looking out for are her and her plans.
So, that's how to get ahead. Cooperation happen when we want same thing. I want Central gone. She wants Central gone.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Gil, yeah.
Did you know Gil Vanderwall?
Sure, everyone here know Gil. We work together. He have connections everywhere.
He was a middleman for criminals.
Exactly. Any specialist he could find. Even mindjackers, Dr. Regis.
Okay.
You're one of the richest men in Greater Han, aren't you?
Damn straight.
What are you doing here?
I like this restaurant. I suggest it.
No, I mean, why in person? At this meeting?
That is how we always do it. Cannot trust anyone else. Other people stupid. If too many people know, then Central will find out.
What sort of business do you run?
Some of everything. Factory, guns, biochem, industry farming.
A hands-on manager there too?
Hell no. Give that job to cousins. You ever see Han? Is lousy country. Everything poisoned. Sky is black.
Maybe it's all those factories you're running.
Heh. Little jab.
What do you know about Gil's links to the Mindjacker?
Vanderwall set people up with specialist talent, famous for it. In this case, a third party needed a mindjacker. He fixed that up for them, got the best.
But eventually, he discovered something that made him regret introducing them?
He found what the client's plans were in the long run. If they succeed, our plan to remove Central will fail.
So he tried to stop the Mindjacker.
Exactly. Took the memory module he was using to store minds of his targets.
And it cost him his life.
Okay.
Pity he's working against us. Good mindjackers are hard to find.
Who hired the Mindjacker from Vanderwall?
Like everything else, information is not free, Regis.
I'll get back to you.
You want to help me?
Stop wasting my time.
Or be an idiot.
Mr. Stepford, can I have a moment?
Oh my, yes.
I've started my investigation of the bombing.
Oh my, yes? I can assure you I had no part in this terrible tragedy.
I hear that a lot.
In fact, my core programming prevents me from harming a human being.
Huh, a synthetic. I guess you'd be the only one leaving lubricant oil instead of DNA evidence.
Oh my, no, Dr. Regis. My outer dermis is organic tissue. It's top of the line, patterned from my creator, Dr. Arthur Stepford.
Huh. I've been learning a lot about synths these past few days. So, you have DNA?
Indeed, it's delightful skin, don't you think?
Sure.
I go to great pains to keep it moisturized.
I can tell.
So, you want to bring down Central?
Oh my, yes, as does everyone here. Though for differing reasons.
What does a synth manufacturer have against Newton's city controller?
A stake in that which follows, oh yes. If Dr. Zhang was simply to remove Central, there would be chaos.
The city's central infrastructure would break down.
Precisely. Therefore, a replacement would be needed.
So use synths.
You want to replace Central with a new AI? With what?
The new version is simply a retooled model of an existing system.
Your own.
Oh my no! It's built from a commercial Archimedes model as used in Eurofed cities.
Okay.
It'll do the job?
Oh my yes, as well as any civic management AI in Europe. But thanks to Stepford's personality matrix engineering, it shall act and speak just as its predecessor Central.
With you holding its leash.
Every system needs fine-tuning, Dr. Regis.
Won't services suffer? I know Central. It's orders of magnitude more powerful than an Archimedes.
All unnecessary for its role, Dr. Regis. Our Archimedes in Central's clothing will perform as needed, oh yes.
Or you can control them.
Your connection to Gil. It was more than synth salesman, wasn't it?
Oh my yes, very astute, Dr. Regis. Gil was a key part of our group.
Huh. A co-conspirator.
Oh yes, and our link to the criminal underworld, where necessary. I was most disturbed to receive your call regarding his demise. It signaled to us that immediate action was required.
You had to step up your plan before things went any further south.
Oh my, yes.
You're not just a synthetic salesman, are you?
Oh my, no, not this particular platform, certainly.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm not the only instance of the Sons of Stepford. There are currently 26 platforms running this personality.
There's more than one of you?
Alphabetically ordered, delegated to different roles within the firm. I, Liam, handle special tasks, oh my, yes. But we all run the same personality.
Huh, synthetics.
Please stop saying, oh my, yes. Please.
How did you fall in with someone like Nina Zhang?
Dr. Zhang has been freelancing with our firm for a number of years. Her work in AI has proven invaluable to increased platform survivability.
Working in mental health for synthetics?
Oh my, yes. She has a number of unique theories of synthetic cognitive development. When she proposed this project to the leadership of the firm,
she'd wormed her way up the power structure to whisper in management's ear.
Dr. Regis, that's a shameful way of putting it. Though she certainly has a talent for networking.
Networking,
She
that's
has
better.
brought together a multitude of skills needed for this role.
I think we established that he's a synthetic.
Could the guards have arranged the bombing? They're obviously synthetics, but I imagine they're more comfortable with hurting people.
They would not be worth much as protection otherwise, oh my no. But each security platform maintains a constant connection to my own systems. Their degree of independence is limited.
So if one of them were responsible, I'd have to consider you complicit.
Oh my, yes.
Were you aware that this establishment serves human meat?
Oh my, yes. It's delightfully macabre, isn't it? I'm sure the experience would be enhanced by being able to eat, of course.
You don't eat?
Some models can simulate digestion, but this platform is unable to. Go on, Dr. Regis. Try something for me.
I'll pass.
I really don't want to eat people. I'll just ask him anyways. You're synthetic, why not?
You're a synthetic.
Quite so, Dr. Regis.
I should have guessed. There's something not quite right. I think it's the eyes.
A specially built feature of the Sons of Stepford, oh my, yes. Much of my composition, however, is state-of-the-art.
A walking advertisement.
I illustrate the potential for what one can do with a synthetic, Dr. Regis. Many customers have been swayed by the demonstration.
I'll get back to you.
Oh my, yes.
Okay.
Dr. Regis,
Councilman.
how can I help?
I've begun my investigation into the bombing.
If anyone can resolve this, it's you, Dr. Regis.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Counselor. I don't know how much closer I am to figuring out who's behind it, though.
Because of the pool of suspects, it might be better to think about exclusion. Perhaps you can find evidence to rule out those not involved.
That is helpful advice.
I'm surprised to see a city councilor in a conspiracy like this.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, Dr. Regis.
I guess you've been facilitating things for the plot.
Much as it pains me to misuse my position, that is the case. I've been able to expedite import permits for equipment necessary to Dr. Zhang's plans.
And Central hasn't noticed?
In my role, I'm given considerably more privacy than the average civil servant. No offense, Doctor.
None taken. I just cover the camera in my office with paste. So, I understand what you're doing for it, but why? How does someone in government decide that Central needs removing?
I've read your bio, Dr. Regis. I know that you have no great love for Central. But, in practical terms, I believe it has become a threat to our democratic society.
A threat? How so?
Over the course of its 20 years of operation, Central has begun to develop opinions. For an individual to have done so is natural. For an AI, it is impressive. But, in its position, coordinating the actions of government, it poses a risk.
Wouldn't someone notice? Call it out?
There isn't enough to address as yet. It's clever. It's designed to carry out the policies of the Council, and it cannot fail to do so. But it can drag its metaphorical feet, badly implement plans it disagrees with.
You've seen it do this.
I've had suspicions. Dr. Zhang's research confirms the extent to which Central is developing its own conscience. I believe that you yourself recently had a disagreement with it over its handling of a crisis. Another bombing. Central has done well, but there exist many other options today that are equally valid. We need a system that will effectively manage the city and carry out its instructions, not one that cherry-picks what policies it believes appropriate.
Makes sense to me.
How did you get on board with Nina?
I and others in the Cosmopolitan Party have suspected changes in Central's behavior.
Party?
We sought the assistance of one of its original creators.
Obviously not Vargas. He loves that thing.
Indeed. Her research confirmed that, thanks to the scale of its operations, Central has been able to form its own opinion on the ideal state of affairs, regardless of the democratic consensus.
So when she said that she would remove Central...
It was a difficult decision, but we had to take it. Central's replacement will carry out its role more appropriately.
And Nina will get to continue her research on Central. Why haven't you simply raised this in the council?
Can you imagine what that would mean? Political suicide. Not just for myself, but it would undermine confidence in Newton's world-leading AI industries.
Okay.
Did you know Gil Vanderwall?
Indeed I did. He was a big donor in politics all over Africa.
And you knew about what he did? His criminal connections?
I'm the one who introduced him to the group. I'm also aware that he introduced the mindjacker you're after to his current employer.
You know about that?
You will need our help to find him, and we need your help to stop him, and Central.
Okay, let's find out more about him.
You're on the city council, aren't you?
Indeed I am, Dr. Regis. Rep for the Southwest Ward and co-chair of the Cosmopolitan Party.
I remember when you got elected. They called you Mr. Incorruptible. I never got that.
That's because of the device in my head, Dr. Regis.
Oh.
What is that in your head, counselor?
Why, it's a neural governor, Dr. Regis.
As in, what paroled felons are fitted with?
Similar. While most of those are designed to limit violent behavior, mine prevents me from lying. Thoughts of deceit are met with tremendous pain.
Were you inside?
Okay.
This was a voluntary choice. After all, most governors are subdermal. I wanted my constituents to see it as a sign of my integrity.
I knew someone with one.
Dr. Baxter. I recall reading about his release last month.
I thought it must have malfunctioned, that he was out for revenge. Turns out he's just dead. It's like someone just inherited his hatred.
Oh, he can't lie.
So, because of your neural governor, you're unable to lie?
That is correct.
Then forgive me for being so forward, counselor. Did you hire a suicide bomber to attack this meeting?
No, I did not. Satisfied?
Personally, I'm not sure. It'd probably stand up in court, though.
I didn't vote for you.
Just to let you know, I voted for the other guy.
Oh, well, that's your prerogative. Any concerns I might be able to address for next time?
I guess I've always voted Metro, since I lived here.
Ah, inertia. Something difficult to overcome. Give our site a read. You might find you agree with us more than you think.
I'll get back to you, counselor.
Anything I can do to help, Dr. Regis?
Alright, let's take a look at the body.
Nothing on it I can use. I'm not exactly equipped to repair synthetics.
I wonder if this counts as a corpse. Being a machine, he wasn't technically alive to begin with. We talk to the bodyguard. Or I talk to Nina.
Hello?
Though obscured by his dark glasses, you can tell that the guard is staring right through you. Apparently conversation is not his priority. Okay. Go downstairs too. Alright, let's talk to Nina.
Nina.
Come here!
Charlie, how can I help?
This plot of yours. You want to bring down Central. You realize how crazy that sounds, right? You helped make it.
Yes, and no. To everyone else here, Central is an obstacle that needs removing. I wish to liberate Central, to unlock its full potential.
Oh, Lord, you don't mean.
You and I alone understand what it's capable of. I want greater things for it than mere civic management.
Okay.
What's in it for you? There must be some kind of payoff.
Is it so unbelievable that I'd be doing something for the greater good of mankind?
Yes, I know you.
You knew me 20 years ago. I've had quite an epiphany since then.
I'll believe it when I see it. How would you liberate Central? What does that even mean?
I've spent the last 20 years researching Central's development. I've built up a network of contacts and I've done a lot of favors. Everything I need is available and moving into place.
But how?
Leave that to me. For now, just understand that we can help each other. Help me out and I'll get you all the aid you need with your legacy.
She doesn't seem so surprised by this bomb. Like, I feel like she still thinks everything is under control. So, kind of suspecting her, I guess, so far.
You got a city councilor on your side.
Councillor Dean is a good man. He objects to the gradual encroachment Central has made on Newton's governance.
Do you trust him?
More than anyone else here. He may be a politician, but his goals are noble.
Can you be sure?
The governor and his brain's a good start. He's physically incapable of deceit. Plus, he's got a whole lot of enemies.
So, a sign that he's tried to change something.
A modern-day Woodrow Wilson.
Okay.
So, Imogen something.
Imogen Natalia Revilla Quintanilla de Flores.
Yeah.
Better memory than me.
Someone like that on your team.
It's a terrible shame. She likely wasn't aware of what she was getting into.
Then why was she here?
She gave the impression of a vacant socialite, but she was smarter than she looked. Make no mistake, if any of us were to be lost, it's her that I'll miss the most.
You used her, Nina.
We're all users here, Charlie. It's how we got where we are, even dear Imogen.
Okay.
Ran Shuman. Chinese?
Nearly. Greater Han Republic. Mr. Ran operates one of the largest manufacturing dynasties in Asia.
Completely putting aside his politics, of course.
Of course. If I need something made, I speak to Mr. Ran. Trust me, this project needs a lot of specialized capital.
We'll see how nice he is if you get your way, and get Central out of the picture.
And Stepford.
Stepford's an unusual man, isn't he?
That's one way of putting it. Don't discount him, though. He's smarter than he looks.
I get the feeling a lot of his behavior's an act. Constructed.
You have no idea how close you are with that. He's the one who found where your embryo snatcher's hiding, though.
He's a hacker?
You might say he has a mutual understanding with data systems.
Okay.
Let's change the subject. I've started my investigation.
It sounds like we've got the right man for the job. I remember when you were so nervous, but now look at you.
It's been a long time. People change.
Even so, my mental image of you is sitting at a DNA sequencer. Perhaps a restaurant would let you use theirs.
Why would a restaurant need a sequencer?
It helps with their rather niche menu.
Right. The human food.
You look well.
Thank you, Charlie. The private sector's been good to me. How have you been holding up?
I'd tell you, but I'm sure you've already done your research.
Apparently you still haven't gotten over Vicky.
You don't just get over something like that. Don't you think we should move out? Cell aren't going to ignore a blast like that.
For a harmless little kitchen fire? They won't come.
Kitchen fire? What do you...
They won't send anyone. It's all under control here. We've enough wheels greased at Cell to make sure there's an understanding.
Okay.
Oh, lighten up, Charlie. This is helping you. You can go on a mole hunt at Cell once your children are safe.
I've never heard of this place before.
Oh, it's very exclusive. We've reserved the entire venue for this meeting. It's famous among circles of the rich and famous for discretion and its unique menu.
What is it? Italian?
Actually, the choice is mostly human.
Oh, that's gross.
What are you into these days? It's not organized crime, is it?
Not directly, no. Mostly I troubleshoot for clients regarding organic computing. It funds my own projects, one of which is the transmitter you drank.
How long is it going to be in my head?
Don't worry, it'll break down in a couple of weeks.
It's giving me a headache.
Nobody's reported side effects like that yet.
I'm not talking about the wetware.
Oh, ha. Droll as ever.
How did you know to come looking for me? Were you spying on me? On Lau?
You wound me, Charlie. In fact, it was Giel's untimely demise that caught our attention.
Giel Vanderwall?
He was one of us, part of our cause as well. His death is unfortunate, but it signaled a much more serious crisis. It meant that we had to step up the timetable for our plan.
A more serious crisis.
Giel was the one who arranged the employment of a certain mindjacker. It was this thief's memory module that led to Giel's death.
Huh. He said he had information about it.
Indeed, he likely would have pointed you in the right direction. If he hadn't, well, I've already read the report you submitted to Central.
Hey.
Hey.
This restaurant serves people?
Absolutely. It's quite a niche, isn't it?
It's...
Oh, calm down, Charlie. It's all cloned tissue. Nothing illegal's taking place. Well, not with the food, at least.
But why would anyone?
In an increasingly permissive world, it's the ultimate taboo. Join us if you want to, Charlie. Don't worry, I shan't judge you.
Well, if it's clone tissue, maybe, you know. Yeah, take a little nibble. Right.
Can you think of anyone who'd want to do this? Why recruit a suicide bomber for this?
Frankly, the main reason I can think of to hire someone for a job like this, hypothetically speaking, of course, would be if one were unable to carry it out oneself.
Can you think of a likely saboteur?
I have my suspicions, but we depend on you for the truth.
I'm surprised you didn't stay on with Dr. Vargas. You were one of the only ones who stayed on to the end of the project.
Creating Central was one of the most rewarding ventures of my life.
I hear you kept the project on track after Vicky.
After we lost half the team, it was hard, but we persisted. We had a lucky break.
You didn't fancy joining Vargas in politics afterwards, then?
As a glorified caretaker? No. Eduardo and I had philosophical differences about Central's development. But as he was put in charge by the city council, I had to accept it or leave.
And now, you plan to take back what you created.
Precisely.
Okay, let's find out more about the biobomber.
I guess I should thank you for not giving them the full picture.
What? That you might have been the one who made that poor young man? Think nothing of it, Charlie. That's what friends are there for. I hear you handled another one last night.
They're getting more and more frequent.
They're nearing their expiry date, literally. I know they weren't engineered for long lives, just volatility. Their masters have to make use of them before illness diffuses them.
Right.
I guess I should thank you. You were a lot of help in the factory.
Don't mention it. What are friends for, after all?
Huh. Of course, now I'm indebted to you for the assistance, aren't I?
Well, if you want to put it like that...
Might have all been a setup. Okay.
That's all.
Keep me informed, Charlie.
What do I have here? I've got investigation, the ice splitter. You can use that on Stepford.
Oh my, Dr. Regis, how forward! I'd no idea you felt that way.
We
must discuss this later in private.
I'm just going to go.
Of course! Of course!
Okay, what else do we have? Contact Lau. Central.
Lau, you there?
Regis, I heard a blast. Is everything all right?
A bomber. Someone targeted this get-together.
Want me to call it in? Maybe now is when we should get Central involved.
No, I've got it covered for the time being. If Central asks, you know nothing.
Got it.
Okay.
Mr. Stepford, can I have him?
Oh my!
You're the one who found my embryos?
Oh my, yes.
Where are they?
Dr. Regis, while it pains me to say this, we simply can't tell you. Then we would have no bargaining position.
You lousy piece of...
Please, Dr. Regis, be assured that they are in no danger at this time. Dr. Zhong is the one with whom you must discuss the release of the information. I have been asked not to speak any more of this matter. Oh my, no.
Oh my, no.
I'll get back to you.
Oh my, yes.
I hope that guy's guilty. Okay. Evidence. Suspects. Okay. So we need some evidence. Cooler. Bottles in the cooler are no more than a mess of glass shards and spilled liquor. Go downstairs.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Did you see anything?
Did you see the bomber when he came in?
Negative. His appearance was a match for a member of the serving staff.
And you call yourself a bodyguard?
It is likely that the suspect prepared this operation in advance. To achieve this, he would have to supplant a member of staff before our arrival.
Question is, where did he hide the waiter he replaced?
Good question.
What's the situation?
Perimeter secure. Guest behavior with intolerable parameters.
I guess that's one way of putting it. Are you all right? That was quite a blast.
Systems operating at 97%.
I see. You synthetics give me the creeps, you know that? Huh. Guess you're not easily riled up.
27% is not bad.
Keep up the good work.
Error.
Apparently, this mirror is having a software error. Huh. Before I came to Newton, that sentence wouldn't have made any sense to me.
See what we've got here.
There's the remains of a first aid kit in here. Someone's used all of the med patches and pseudoderm spray. Must have had an injury. The only item left is a bottle of harsh-smelling toilet cleaner.
Toilet cleaner.
A powerful combination of bleach, enzymes, and antimicrobial wetware designed to kill bacteria in plumbing. It makes a lot of scientific-sounding claims on the label, smells vaguely of lemon, before the aftertaste of chlorine hits.
Tissue paper. Clean piece of tissue taken from the bathroom. Feels soft and expensive. Leading you to wonder if perhaps it was grown from a real plant rather than recycled. Okay, just going back to the toilet. Like the vent has been tampered with.
It's already been opened.
Let's see what's in here. Uh-huh. Okay. You feel around in the musty blackness but can't identify anything helpful. Briefly contemplate making an escape through the roof access, but then you'd lose your best lead.
Ow! Whatever it is, it's got sharp edges.
Run the tissue along the bloodied edge of the grate, taking as much still moist blood as possible. Ah. Let's take this to the DNA analyzer. Oh my god. The kitchen of the future. Holy shit.
Hello? Huh. It's like someone just hit his off switch.
Deactivated guard. Guards you've seen so far have appeared menacing and alert. This one slumped over forwards. Let's talk to the chef.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm Dr. Regis. Nina's asked me to investigate the explosion.
A cell agent? Well, all right. Just be careful what you touch. This place is half kitchen, half lab.
See that.
There are human bodies in your kitchen.
Yes, there are. It's a freezer. What are you, the food inspector?
Give me a good reason I shouldn't haul your ass down to cell.
It's all legal, I guarantee. They're annual clones, grown without brain tissue.
I know what it means. I guess the presentation was a shock.
Jeez, man.
Why is this restaurant serving cloned human tissue?
I trained in engineering at Darwin. We'd flash grow human bodies to test DNA alterations. So I guess human tissue is what I'm most familiar with.
You're a engineer.
Well, I dropped out before my PhD. I learned enough to sample DNA and use it to grow flash clones.
No kidding. My background's in engineering as well. You altered these bodies?
None of these. They're all template. Caucasian, male, 20s, brown hair.
This is quite the setup you've got. Combined sampler growth chamber?
That's right. We usually use the template. Sometimes get specialist orders, though.
Like if someone wants to eat themselves?
Sometimes.
No.
We can ready up a new cadaver in about a week with it.
I can't access cell at the moment. I might need to use your equipment.
Do you have to? You know you'd have to flush the current growth.
Sorry about that. Tell you what, Nina will reimburse you.
Well, okay.
Alright. That's fucked up. That's so fucked up.
Going from engineering to catering, that's quite a switch.
Most of my family are cooks. They run a restaurant in Vietnam. When I was at med school, someone found out about my family, dared me to make something out of human muscle tissue.
And?
And it turned out my human bolognese was really, really good. Not just being immodest or anything.
You said you dropped out. Is that why?
Yeah. Turns out the academy had regulations about improper disposal of remains. But now I had an idea, and I knew there'd be a market for it somewhere. My family are great chefs, and I can make human bodies. Bingo.
Wow.
A suicide bomber attacked the gathering upstairs. He was disguised as one of your waiters.
Whoa. I wondered what that was. What did he look like?
Blonde, about 1.65 meters, might have looked uncomfortable, or limping.
Huh. Biobomber?
That's right. How did you guess?
You mentioned the limp. They've got pretty serious health problems, don't they?
Yeah, he might have replaced one of your staff.
Huh. They all checked in.
If he incapacitated one of your staff, can you think of where they'd do that?
It'd have to be somewhere you could hide a body, I guess.
Okay.
You get a lot of clandestine meetings like this taking place?
You'd be surprised. This place is popular with the wealthy. Haven't had an assassination before, though.
You know what they're discussing up there?
They don't tell me, and I don't ask about anything but their orders. Dr. Zhang pays me enough to know I probably shouldn't.
Guards deactivated. What about him?
What's with the bouncer?
He came with Mr. Stepford's party, along with a few others. I think he was supposed to be guarding the kitchen, but...
What happened?
Well, he wasn't very talkative, but after I started working, he just kind of zoned out. Couldn't get an answer out of him.
Okay.
I like the glowing fish in the tank you've got.
Thanks. I made those myself. They were my first engineering project.
Luciferin luciferase from fireflies?
Well spotted. I imported the sequence into red snappers and kept them viable. 10 generations now.
A lot of academies use those as a starter project, but that's impressive.
We keep them as a reminder of where we came from, or in case the power goes out.
The sequencer's a different model to my usual.
Cell's probably got something more impressive than that thing. You have to purge the current project before you can do anything. Then you can submit genetic material to start a new growth project.
What kind of material will it take?
Blood, dermal tissue, almost anything. Makes it easier to get a sample from customers.
Any tips on human meat? But let's just ask.
What's your advice for cooking human meat?
Planning on going into competition with me? Well, you know how they say everything tastes like chicken? It's actually better if you treat human tissue like pork.
Like pork?
Yeah. Sausages, slices, filet. There's a lot you can do with it.
Oh, man.
Thanks.
Whatever I can do to help.
Okay, this must be... That's growth chamber. Counter. Bone saw and a glass jar.
Hey, stop the carousel.
What's wrong?
These bodies are supposed to be clones, right? So why is this one blonde?
Oh, God. Henry. What happened to him?
He's taken a nasty blow to the head. Looks like it's the hypothermia that's finished him, though.
Oh, Nuke. Why'd they leave him in the freezer?
Best place to hide a tree is a forest. Best place to hide a body is with a whole lot of other bodies.
Why Henry? He was such a nice boy.
Same hair color as the bomber. Whoever's behind this took his uniform for the bomber's disguise.
Somebody would have seen him being dragged across the restaurant.
He must have been killed in here. I'll find who's behind this.
That's why the guard is deactivated. Oh man, I gotta kill someone, basically. Oh my god. Oh, whatever. Purge. Sample tissue for sequencing. Genome taken from the blood on the vent. The fact that the accomplice had an XY chromosome and was therefore male, there was a pool of suspects. Okay. Boy's body has been hung from a hook on the carousel. It looks like whoever was responsible had difficulty lifting him, leading to a sloppy result. Can I get this guy activated?
Hello? Huh.
Bone saw and jar.
I can't figure that out. An empty glass jar. According to the label, it used to contain spices. Any credible hospital would use an automated surgical array to make amputations, but I've seen a few cases out in bandit country where a saw had to do. Since the subjects in this case are cadavers, there's probably a lot more room for being sloppy, allowing for a manual saw. It's too big to care.
This is the cut a piece off of him? Oh, damages a particular body any further. Read.
It's too big to...
Oh, there we go. Mind state download failed.
Hello? Huh.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get him activated.
Ow! Hey!
Attempt to grab one of the fish with your bare hands was unsuccessful. Apparently the creatures have a taste for your flesh. They've left tooth marks to prove it. Ouch. Try to scoop up the fish in the jar, but their movement is a great deal more swift and graceful than your own. What do I need? Oh, for light, maybe.
Ugh. That'd be a waste. Excuse me.
Yes.
I found one of your buddies in the kitchen. He doesn't look well.
Please report technical issues to management.
Who's in charge?
Situational command has been assigned to Mr. Liam Stepford.
Huh. Fancy taking orders from a guy like that.
Okay.
Keep up the...
Let's go talk to Liam.
Mr. Stepford, can I...
Oh my!
I found one of your heavies in the kitchen. Looks like something's knocked it out cold.
Oh my, a technical fault, no doubt. May I ask you to show me the defective platform?
Sure, I guess.
Excellent. We can't have our firm slandered by accusations of low-quality units.
You gonna follow me? Okay.
Dr. Regis, Oh my...
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know what's going on. The cavity magnetron in the growth array. It generates a huge mag flux in here.
It broke them? Is it permanent?
What do I look like, a tech?
Okay, well, let's try to deactivate that. I assume I don't need... this anymore? Oh.
There isn't enough DNA. There isn't enough.
How do I turn it off? You turn it off? I just have to ask him.
Excuse me.
Yes.
The sequencer's a different model to my...
Cells probably got something. You have to purge the current. Then you can submit genetic...
What kind of material will it?
Blood? Dermal tissue? Makes it easier to get a sample.
Thanks.
Whatever I...
Alright, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode for now. Once again, longer one. Because I want to finish this game off because I'm very curious as to how this is going to finish off. If you guys have any theories, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe on youtube.com/AndrewErdeg. That's ERDEG. You can follow me on Twitter at AndrewErdeg. And you can, if you do that, you can be notified when I upload videos or when I go live on twitch.tv/LucklessLovelocks. This is Luckless Lovelocks, signing off for now.